Alright, we're back by the wooden elephant.
Also known as
we're
well.
gonna run this way. Well-elephant?
The well-elephant.
Well-elephant.
Those dudes are just standing next to this door where there's a bunch of bad guys out fighting other people.
Apparently.
They just
It's
go
good
into
guys
war?
versus bad guys.
Seems like they got that taken care of. I don't know if you really need to jump in on that.
Why wouldn't you want to help?
And take somebody's job, like...
But they're likely to die.
So are they fighting the circle thing?
I don't know what's going on.
I see rangers over there. We have to help them.
Yeah, see? You have to help them.
Listen to every intrusive thought that pops into your head.
You're just a horrible person willing to let everyone die.
Yeah? I mean, I don't even know where we are or what's going on, so I don't know if we're on the good side, the bad side. I don't know why you're throwing Weber grills at people, because we're totally not sponsored by them.
So we can only use things that we're sponsored by, which means nothing.
Nothing.
So the concrete from this building, we can't throw it because we're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored by concrete. We can only we can only what was it? Dollar store bleach.
We're not even sponsored by Dollar Store Bleach, so we can use that.
We're sponsored by the Super Monkey Fighter store, so you can definitely throw our merchandise at people.
But we'd prefer you to wear it and actually.
I don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Those are good guys, right?
They're orange.
What's that do? No. Why is orange bad? Orange is like caution. Like they're just construction workers.
Yeah.
Well,
My concern with people throwing our product at other people, it kind of gives the impression that you don't like the product.
Maybe you don't like the person. You really like the product and think it'd be a good weapon to use against other people you don't like.
So your weapon of choice is to throw a soft piece of fabric at them?
I'm not saying that it would be a smart weapon. Like, t-shirts generally don't cause damage, but also, you're not going to get in trouble.
Weaponies.
You're not going to get in
T-shirts
trouble.
don't cause damage? Have you never been whipped by it?
I mean, I don't know what you do with t-shirts. I generally just wear them, and they're comfortable and keep me clothed.
You just don't have the type of siblings who would do that.
They keep me socially acceptable.
we use towels for that, and we don't have a towel. As far as I know. I could be wrong. There could be a towel in our store right now. Super Monkey Fighter's towel for whipping only, for self-defense purposes only.
But we'd have to put a warning label on it legally.
I think now we need to make that that towel for self-defense purposes only.
We instead of a clothing store, we become a self-defense store. Just using random items as self-defense.
I can do that too.
We have mugs in our stores. You know, you can use them as projectile weapons.
Whoa. That's crossing the line. Those will break. And then you won't be able to use them again. You can throw a t-shirt at somebody and still wear it. You throw a mug and it breaks. It's just not right. Don't listen to Feathers. Everything she says is wrong.
Perhaps, but I'm the murderer of the group, and I'm the one that's more likely to survive in an apocalypse.
You're
so
right,
maybe you
then,
should listen to me.
If you're telling our fans and our audience and our followers to commit murder, then they're going to be in jail, and they're not going to be able to be awesome anymore. So...
I'm not telling them to commit murder. I'm telling them to fight for their lives in a defensive situation.
I'm saying just
I would
use
not want a towel in that situation.
Towel. Use towel snaps in self-defense. It's very effective. Almost as effective as flinging corpses.
Use what you have at your disposal.
Learned that from Jackie Chan.
I think that's kind of a key for any martial artist. They just use their environment.
I think that's a key for everyone.
Yes, but you see it often with martial arts films.
You don't see martial arts films a lot. I don't watch any films hardly anymore.
I don't know who Marshall
know-
is or what arts they produce.
Was it Marshall, the person
Yeah.
you just talked to? Gave you a mission?
Yeah.
You know, we did talk about this before, how we're now able to enjoy entertainment now more easily without having to critique it and break it down for any specific video.
It's great because now I don't consume entertainment anymore.
I do. And
don't.
what was it? Like the other day, The Wrath of Man was available on Amazon Prime. And I was like, oh man, this seems kind of interesting. I've seen the trailer for it. And as I was watching it, I realized, yeah, if I had to break this movie apart, I would not be watching this movie.
Yeah,
I totally
watched.
know what movie that is.
It's with Jason Statham. And he plays a
Oh, yeah.
man
it's-
named H.
And his kid dies in a bank robbery
In a
or
botched,
armored car robbery.
armored car robbery. I was gonna say money van. Yeah,
It's a Guy Ritchie
This way
movie.
to the lab?
it is.
Okay.
I did watch Prey the other day. That was the first time I think I've watched a movie in.
And most of the
months.
things around
What did you think of it?
We
Marshall
watched
can't
the
help us with Dylan.
dubbed Cherokee version, which was very
Assuming
interesting
He's not
because it wasn't recorded that way,
or taken over.
which would have made sense. But it was, it was better than the last Predator movie. You'll say that by a long
So-
shot. I'd say it
so
would be
what
ranked
you-
Predator, Predator 2, Prey, Predators, the one with the piano man in space, and then whatever that last one that came out was, and then the Alien versus Predator movies. That's how I'd rank them.
Right. I've heard that Prey has gotten a. It's not the greatest movie in the world, but if you look at it strictly in lines of Predator movies, it's a better, well-made movie. So,
Yeah, I mean, I even goes. Like, it's a good movie on its own right. Like, it's weird to think though, like, how action movies are fairly short on story and just mostly on action. Like the original Predator is like just action nonsense, right? Like, and that's kind of what this is. But it feels like the old one has more story behind it, but there really isn't any story or lore in the old one.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, we're here because drug dealers. Okay, makes sense. And then now we're being hunted. Like, that's it, right?
the one that I
no,
kind
you
of
have a
found.
little dingle on the
I
side.
didn't see that.
Oh, I probably should have told you that there was a thing you had to match, but then I thought, well, we're discussing other things, and I don't want to distract you from trying to match that image. What I was gonna say is, I think the one that I found interesting was the Predators one, where you had trained killers trying to fight a predator. Or I shouldn't say trained killers, but criminals, basically.
Yeah, where they brought them to like a hunting preserve kind of a thing.
On another planet, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest movie, but I liked that concept of it.
Let me hear. Any idea?
Because, like, the first Predator was, I guess, military people or something.
And drug
And
dealers.
so,
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine.
so I kind of did
I've
like
replaced a
the
couple of spark
concept
plugs,
of,
but this looks a bit more.
these guys are murderers and
Darling
criminals
must have
and
had a system.
villains, so we'll send them
Brandon
after a
says
predator.
the nature. The
Hold on a
punch
second.
the symbols,
Can you look around?
Terminals. How do they
Or is it just Marshall talking to you standing there? Is Marshall
look
carrying a gun off of like a biplane?
That
Like,
like
isn't
shoots
it-
rockets.
Does it shoot rockets?
It just has a really. Maybe it's liquid cooled.
I don't know. It looks like it's like the mounted gun, like the turret gunner off of like a World War II or World War One plane.
It does
Like-
look like a looks like one of those World War II.
Yeah. Weird. Somebody should probably remember that.
What does this do?
So, we need to find all the punch cards.
Now we're finding punch cards? Like, are we clocking people
There's a
out?
punch
Is that what's
card.
going on?
Why am I
There's a lot of things that interact here.
I'm the director. Why do I have
all
to
these-
find the punch cards?
You gotta find the punch cards and clock all these people out because they're wasting company time.
How many punch cards do I need to find?
How many
All of them.
F icons can you find in here? Because there's a lot.
Yeah, how many F and icons are there?
Too many F and icons. Okay, now what? 4? Maybe there's 4. So
Enter. I remember that was one. Those icons are the same things that were on the board.
But you need to do them in order from what's on the board.
there's another board up here. So maybe, and there's 5 on here. Maybe we do 4.
Wait,
and then
wait,
the
turn around.
fifth's like the
Wow.
middle thing. So there's
Because each
so
monitor,
there's 4 things, and then there's this.
There's 5
One.
things.
yeah, there's 5 computers
The
that
one
you
directly
need
behind
to
Marshall was
do in order.
Each punch card should correspond to a terminal.
Oh,
Yeah.
start
Another one over
just
here.
start
Is
shoving
this-
things into things.
No, because that's going to restart it, and you can't do that without doing the terminal
Yeah, so
first.
you got to shove
There's
punch
that-
cards into things.
oh, I didn't see this one. Okay. So 1 and 4 are not crossed out. Which ones are up here?
4 was up here.
But it's
1
a
and
different
4.
4.
4 was different.
Yeah, it's a different 4 image.
And we affect the.
Oh, wait, no. So this 4 goes to 5. That's what the arrow
Both
means.
of them.
So
I say
the 4
just
that's
start-
up,
Just start cramming cards into things.
So
It'll
find
work itself
one.
out.
find 1,
I think it's that one right there.
and put in that one. Now, go to, there's another whiteboard down here.
Looks
So
like he was working on something
turn
to do
around.
with these symbols.
that whiteboard over there. So that's 2 and 3. And those get switched. So go to 2.
So we switch them. So
Yeah, that's
2
the
is
arrow.
3.
Yeah. So find terminal 2.
That one's 3. That
Well, this one's
5.
3.
2's in front of you.
No,
To your
3
right.
is the box.
Yeah.
And 2 is the black hole.
What are the symbols?
4.
4
Is
is
that one?
5. So 5 is that icon.
5 is everything
So-
on the left.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So 4 is not the half moon.
Well, 4 will be what's left, the final one. 5's behind you if you...
Let's do 4. 4 is whatever's this
So
one is.
4 is not the half moon.
Yeah. Totally makes sense. This is definitely the answer.
What do these whiteboards mean?
Yeah, it was the answer. And now you go to that
then-
terminal
then-
and you press it.
You restart the 3D printer.
The prism shattered. Darling's prototypes.
Well,
have a lot of
shit.
issues. We need a new plan.
Now you need to speak with Marshall, who's standing right there and could
How
not
about-
tell you what
We
needed to be
need more
told.
black rock prisms to
Not as
make
bad
this
as
machine work.
stupid Diablo
Drawing
Immortal,
is
where it's like,
another
talk
lesson.
to this
Down in the
dude.
black rock
Oh,
process.
now talk
Who's
to him
2 feet
again.
away.
That must be
Now
Yeah.
talk to him
Prisms.
again. Now talk to him
I've been to
again.
maintenance already.
Now walk 2
I
feet
can
that way.
handle
Talk to that guy. Now walk back to the first
long
guy.
will
Talk
it
to him
take?
again.
Nothing here is
Yeah,
simple.
that was really annoying.
ask her
Hey,
now,
we can't talk to this
before I
person who's
go.
2 feet from us.
I need
How about
something
you
from you
tell
first.
them?
What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it. I'm the
Yeah.
only one who can help.
Fine. I'll get the prisms first.
Dylan will have to wait just a little longer.
But don't call me director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you
Call
Faden.
me
Here,
Shalashaska.
you'll need this key card.
Thanks. Emily
Clearance
called
level
to set up a
4.
base and executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out.
I'll go
immediately.
do all the work and you just chill here
keep an eye out
like
for
you've been
Darnell.
doing.
That
Finding
makes
him might be
sense
the
for
key
video
to
games,
stopping
right?
the hiss.
Also, wouldn't it make sense that because you're the director, you should have top clearance? Instead of trying to get clearance from all these random people you're coming across. And is that guy in his underwear? Because, hey, man, censorship.
He's wearing underwear. What's the problem?
He needs more
like-
censorship.
You
This
never
is
been
a
to the beach before?
family-friendly channel.
It's like he's
It's
just
a
wearing a
wholesome
bathing suit at the
channel,
beach.
gosh dang it.
We are definitely wholesome. We are totally 100% wholesome. Our name is definitely not a play on profanity. It's not.
Stop. People don't know that. You've unveiled the secret truth that's been unveiled several times throughout our channel.
So I tell everybody all the time. What are you talking about?
I know. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Also,
To
is
the
it still in the same building?
mines. Probably.
Here, this will lead back to Central Research.
New mission threshold. Thanks for
Open up
opening
the
the
wall.
threshold.
You know, I think this place would make a little bit more sense if their doors were actually doors and not just walls that moved.
Central maintenance. Alright, where's my little spawn point? Travel, fast travel.
There's an elevator that will take you
That
somewhere.
seems to work last time.
Yeah. We
The
should
elevator seems to be the
investigate.
most effective fast travel
Maintenance.
access corridor or just sector.
Let's try the maintenance sector first.
Marshall knows
Yep.
something about Dylan.
Can
Is he
you,
here
when you
or is
open
he
up your
right?
map menu,
HRAs.
are you
first.
allowed to see
They'll help
different
save
floors?
everyone, including Dylan.
That I'm aware
Once
of.
I find him,
Like you can't toggle between different
Can you
floors
keep him
for
safe?
elevator access?
like you do with me.
I don't
If you
think
can't
so.
do that, then that's incredibly, I
You
think,
have to go to
frustrating.
an access point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's kind of,
now I need to go to the black area.
looks like there's another elevator you're gonna have to access.
Was it the corridor you needed to go to?
Continue towards Blackrock Processing. Do you think it was? Do you think it was that elevator we took? That
Well, it looks like
access.
yeah.
We maybe need to go to the access corridor.
I think it's the access corridor we need to go to.
So this is where the elevator is. I want to double
So
check
it's-
that we didn't like miss a random stairwell or
Or a clearance.
something.
It's got to be there, right?
I mean,
So hold on.
there's-
Map. Pull your map up. Nope. See, that's the
No,
opposite
you-
direction.
Yeah.
It's like on the other side of this elevator, like over through there.
Yeah. So
Like go so lighter color meant up.
You can try floor by floor and see what changes.
sure.
It might work, because that's what happened last time. You just went to a random floor and then it opened up the whole floor to you.
I'm gonna say we've
Well, now I'm
definitely
over
been able-
here.
They're sideways elevators.
Yeah, it's Willy Wonka's factory. They don't go up and down, they go like all over the place.
Mannequin supplement. Is that to make your mannequins more effective?
Mannequin succulent.
It's a supplement.
I think that's a different concept. Succulent mannequins.
I don't know if I would use succulent as a descriptor for mannequins.
Sure,
You
some
don't
lonely
use that?
people would.
I wouldn't use that. I'm sure someone would. In fact, I think there's a Seinfeld episode about that. They might not use that terminology, but it's definitely about that.
I don't know if we went down there or not. Well. Uh-oh.
Tell you, just ride the tubes. Is this the room you were just in where you fought these dudes?
I don't know.
It might have been in the adjacent room.
I don't think they can get you. Oh, they might have found you.
You just stole that corpse from somewhere?
Somewhere. Prison pocket. Probably shouldn't put a corpse in your prison pocket.
Imagine the logistics of trying to get it into your prison pocket.
I'm just trying to think in general, you probably shouldn't put things in your prison pocket. There's a reason why it's called the prison pocket is, you know, it's desperate situations. But it's also a place that's searched regularly. Specifically for that, so...
Whoa!
That was lovely. That guy just spawned right next to you and exploded.
Totally fair game. Perfectly balanced. No cheap mechanics to make the game difficult just for the sake of difficulty. So is this like mission control? Like, do we gotta get Tom Hanks back from space?
You have to get that guy back from the astral plane, because he's an astronaut.
So we gotta get Tom Hanks' brain back from space.
You probably have to get Dylan
Steal those
back
dudes?
from space.
Ah! Ah!
Whoa, whoa. That guy's just gonna follow you around now.
I don't know if I want that to happen.
Yeah. He's yours now. He's your pet. Good luck.
Crap.
You're just gonna have this screaming creature. Wait, he'll eventually die, I think, or he'll revert back to non-friend mode.
Name's
He
Geralt.
just slowly dies.
Does he
Yeah,
just slowly die, or does he just slowly...
His health's going down. Like,
but
ever
is he gonna
so
die, or is
slowly.
it just
it's
his
because
friend meter?
because you're no longer his friend. He knows you don't want him around. Just like Padme, he's dying of sadness.
We're gonna.
Oh, you even
You see?
it?
That's
Yeah.
what you get. That's what you get for abandoning your friend.
He explodes on you. Well, because this is where we got to that other access point, was through this and down the stairs, and now we're back kind of to where we
Yeah.
were.
Back to the stairs that aren't on the map.
Yeah, and then this is that access point we took to somewhere else.
Wait, wasn't there a big elevator that went down to like a processing plant, like right through here? What does this elevator go down to? There was multiple levels on this, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Blackrock
Black Rock
Quarry.
Quarry to 3, so go up.
You're welcome.
It's totally obvious there's an elevator here on the map.
Yep. Totally, perfectly obvious. Because the elevators aren't actual elevators; they move you physically through space.
Yeah.
Right. But now, if you look at your map, where are you?
Still in the exact same spot. No indication you've gone up or down or any.
No indication you've gone up or down, and this requires you to have 5, but you only have 4. So is this not where you're supposed to be? Unless you're supposed to
Are
go
we
down
not
that
supposed to be
way?
able to do this one yet until we get 5? How do we? I thought we were.
But how
have
do
access
we get
to-
5 when that woman gave you? You can't even go anywhere
I
here.
bet that's that door we were trying to get through from the other side.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's the hallway.
I don't know.
We can always leave this for next time. Considering we can't even get through any of these doors because we need a level 5 clearance, but that lady only gave us level 4 clearance.
So what can we do that's
we
level
need to go-
4?
We need to go talk to that other lady again.
I thought
You
we were
haven't been
supposed
asked to talk to her, but
It's in
to
the
meet up
power
there
plant.
after we'd found. We're looking for shards or something, right?
yeah, you're
the
looking
quarry.
for more gems.
Yeah. I don't know. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, okay. You just froze for a second on me.
Or we could try some other missions.
Okay, so I wanted to look this up to figure it out. So apparently to get to Blackrock processing area in Control, you need to build yourself a bridge. First head for maintenance and then follow the signs to Blackrock processing area.
Okay, so we did that, but there was nowhere to make a bridge, right?
But we went to the Blackrock quarry, not the processing area. So if
Oh.
you head to maintenance and then from maintenance go to the processing area, it might.
Okay, where in maintenance?
It
And
just says
where's-
maintenance.
So there's like all these places in maintenance.
And
That's
then
like
where's
this
the
entire
BlackRock
map.
processing?
Yeah.
Isn't that where we?
I'm assuming that's right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you can find signs on the wall, that'll take you where you need to go. Follow the signs.
Ooh,
So that
that's-
takes you to ventilation. Yeah, that gigantic sign on the wall. Where is that?
I don't remember seeing BlackRock processing. I just remember seeing quarry. It's the only BlackRock stuff I remember seeing.
I mean, it's saying it very specifically. So it says go to the turbine room. First, set the turbines. I don't.
turbines.
Okay. To get to the turbine
Ventilation?
room, it says head back to the control room and look for the door to the turbine room. Walkthroughs, man.
I love how the walkthroughs are out telling you to go places that aren't on the map.
It's like they just make up their own words for places on the map when everything is clearly labeled.
Let's see.
Go to the room with the umbrella stand.
Okay. let's see.
Go to the banana hammock dispensary.
Okay. The most direct route, it says, now I'm looking at a different walkthrough. It says go to the NSC power plant.
Like the NSC energy converters?
There's the coolant pumps,
It says NSC
energy
power
converters.
plant.
So energy converters.
Where is this?
Does
I don't
it
know.
show
Where's
it?
your map? I thought going to a different walkthrough would help, but
They've got different terminology for the same things.
yeah.
Okay, so this is where the mold room is, and then we can go upstairs.
The power plant? Is that what you
It says
said?
power plant. Yeah, it says.
Which is
and
the
there's
other
the power
direction.
plant.
Is
We just came from
exactly from where we ran from.
Yeah, it says once you're at the plant, sprint around the perimeter of the dome area until you spot a door labeled central maintenance. Most likely
This
you'll have to
area?
take some.
Central maintenance right
There we
there.
go. Okay.
Okay.
Go through the door?
You're confronted with a brightly lit room with a field training
Yep.
sign on the left.
Okay, we got
And
that.
a black rock processing sign on the right.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. After you pass through the appropriate door, you'll have to do a little telekinetic puzzle solving. Your destination lies a few floors above, and to get there, you must levitate several power blocks into the appropriate turbine slots to stop the massive murdery blades from spinning.
I see security checkpoint. I don't see turbine. There's a turbine room. We can get in with level
Yeah.
4. There we go.
Yeah.
In here? This is where we're supposed
Yeah.
to go?
This is where we're supposed to go, and then you have to solve. You have to stop that, but you have to send
Hold that.
blocks.
So pull that block. Stops that, and you probably gotta go across.
Yeah, you have to go across. And then you have to go up.
So glad this is clear that this is where we needed to be based on the map.
Isn't it?
So now we're in the poop chutes, right? We got
That's where I'm
a
supposed to be?
telekinetic bridge.
Alright. Okay. Stop spinning blades. There are 3 power slots, blah blah blah. Though none are required for the turbines.
So do we do the light switch?
Yes. Just like before, yank it 3 times and it whisks you away to the Ocean View Motel.
Then it was dinging the bells, right? Open the doors.
I don't remember.
Can you go in that room? No. I think it was dinging the bells, open the different doors down here.
Except this one's different. It's involves ensuring certain furniture and items are laying in the same position in the boxy hotel rooms. After you run to the front desk and ring the bell, the motel's first room on the left down the corridor will open. It's now time to perform some Simon Says detective work. Look closely at the positions of the objects in the first room. The key is to observe the positioning of certain objects, as you'll soon find out the next room down the corridor is identical. It's your job to move the pieces of furniture in the second room to match the first.
Okay, so we just gotta make sure room 1 and 2 match. Chairs out.
Oh, so we need it to match this one?
Okay,
I'm
so the
assuming?
chair is out.
The
picture,
second room's gonna
out.
have to match this
that's
one.
on the left, and the picture is straight. So you just gotta go move the chair in the second room. And everything should be normal. Okay, now we leave.
Ring the bell?
Or do we ring the bell?
Now they're both open.
And you'll soon find out the next room is identical. Okay.
So now go in this one?
The third room down the hall opens up. Go inside and you'll find a key.
Get the third room.
So
open?
when it's done properly, the third one will open up.
Did they change? Oh, there's
Oh.
something on the window.
Yeah, you pull the blind 3. You pull the shade 3 times.
Pull the shade 3 times.
And
What?
not in this one, but in the third room when you get it open, that'll be what you.
The
pull.
second room opened, and the shades are now something that we can mess with. Because everything's the same, as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
third
it
room's
just says
not open.
after you've made the items in the first 2 rooms sync up, the third room
Nope.
down
Oh,
the hall
the
opens up.
Radio's on
The
the one side.
radio.
Yeah, and it sounds like the door opened up.
These puzzles are dumb. I hate these. How would you have figured that out?
And then it says enter this room with the key and then pull the shade 3 times. Yeah.
Okay.
And why did we
Now-
have to do that?
To go this way, I guess.
Oh,
White.
I hope you were supposed to go there.
I
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Sure.
BlackRock processing, straight ahead.
did that make this a bridge? Because we've been here before. This is where we first saw the
This might be the bridge.
Death Star rooms.
Yeah, it's a bridge.
I mean, I'm all for games letting you figure things out, not holding your hand, but not actively working against you by making maps not
We need to
legible.
find a way to BlackRock processing. That's where Marshall said we'd find a prism.
All right, should we find prisms next time?
Yeah.
Now that
but
we got
might
here.
need to-
Shit.
we might
We'll
need
have
to
to
find
get
a
to
save
a-
point.
Save point?
Yeah, I don't know
And
how it saves.
I don't know if you guys cared that I looked up a walkthrough for all of that, but we were just running around in
that's the
circles
only way we're
whole
going to
time.
progress in this game, I think, is
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think eventually we might have figured out the adjusting the things in the room to match up. But finding that where we needed to go on the map was not going to happen.
No, and that's why I'm like, we're taking forever just trying to figure this out. So I'm gonna look up a walkthrough.
Especially
it.
where we're standing on an elevator and we're looking on the map going like, this is just a
Oh.
hallway.
Well, it's confusing because in your brain you're thinking, okay, BlackRock Quarry is similar to BlackRock Processing. Maybe they're next to each other. They're not. And so an elevator that you would normally take is not what you should take.
Well, and then BlackRock Processing had no direction other than once you were pretty much at it, right?
Yeah.
The central area was not like, oh, this is where BlackRock Processing is. It's something else entirely. Central maintenance.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Bet that guy thought he had it made in the shade.
Now you can clean the point. And
Clean the
it'll
point.
save. Or I guess
somebody
it's
still
fighting
going?
people.
Feels Rocket Man. Like they just go hide somewhere and then pop out and shoot you every once in a while. Where is he?
The good thing is they don't tend to look around much.
You also have allies that they're focused on as well.
There, was that the last of them?
Yep. Lens the point.
Cleansing the point. I'm gonna cleanse my brain when we're done playing this game. This is
Yeah.
definitely gonna be one of those games where somebody's be like, "Oh, hey, have you heard of it?" And be like, "Oh, that sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever played it." And they'll explain to me. I'm like, "Yeah, I've never played that." And to be fair, I haven't. But I'm gonna forget this game exists. Like there was a movie
Well,
with Brad Pitt, Killing Them Softly. I'd seen that movie, and then forgot I had seen it.
Exactly.
And it was awesome watching it again, like, this is really familiar. I think I've seen this before. It's a crazy feeling. Anyway, we can wrap it up. I'll be quiet now.
well, we made it. For those that may
Finally.
have stuck around. Thanks.
We're glad you're here, but we're
Yeah.
gonna leave you now.